Hey guys, welcome back. You may notice that I have a bit of a wrapped up hand here. I had a little bit of a gardening accident, but it looks a lot worse than what it is. It's just wrapped up, so it's immobilized, but I'm okay. But if I'm not gesturing with my hands as much as usual, that's why. So let's talk about the content mafia. Content marketing, as you know, is marketing, right? But it also is attraction versus promotion. So advertising is promotion, but content marketing is inbound marketing. It's attraction. It's sharing value with others, sharing value with your audience, and it's solving people's problems. It's getting the message out. It's promoting your products and your services and your knowledge, and it's growing your audience. So how do you grow an audience? Well, there are basically two ways. You can grow it organically, and that's by posting content frequently and consistently and giving people really what they need to solve their problems. It's becoming known, liked, and trusted. And the second way of growing your audience, and a lot of people don't think about this, is leveraging the audiences of others. You want to appear on other people's platforms, people who have audiences already. You can guest post for other people's blogs. You can write for other people's newsletters. You can get interviewed for YouTube videos or for podcasts or for Facebook Lives or on digital conferences. And what's the best way to go about getting interviewed? Well, I'll tell you what the best way is. The best way is to have a content platform of your own. Why? Because you can reciprocate. You have something of value to offer them in return. Have you ever noticed that content producers are always appearing on each other's shows? Years ago, when I was just starting off being a digital entrepreneur, like many people, I kind of stumbled across Pat Flynn's podcast, Smart Passive Income. And I came across and became familiar with Chris Ducker during that period of time. He was on Pat's podcast. And then a little later, I heard Pat Flynn appear on Chris Ducker's podcast. And also, he appeared at his digital summit in the Philippines. And then I saw John Lee Dumas on Chris Ducker's podcast. And shortly after that, I saw Chris Ducker on John Lee Dumas's podcast. And so I want to ask you, are you seeing a pattern here? Now I want to take a moment and take a very quick break and tell you about a really cool Facebook group that I've started. It's called Brand Design Masters, and it's a group of creative professionals who are networking and sharing feedback and sharing news and resources and trends and techniques with each other. It's a really vibrant community. So if you go to facebook.com/groups/Brand Design Masters. You fill out a quick little form, share your email address, and then you can get into the group and start participating with these other great creative pros. So I invite you to come over and join the Brand Design Masters Facebook group. So now let's get back to talking about that pattern I was talking about. Do you see the pattern of influencers inviting other influencers on their shows? Why? Because they are growing their audiences through leveraging other people's audiences. Yes, they have similar value propositions. They may have similar themes of what they talk about, but they're growing their following by getting exposure to other people's audiences. I like to call it the content mafia. So this is how it works. I invite other design and branding and marketing influencers and experts onto my podcast, the Brand Design Masters podcast, or onto my YouTube channel for an interview. And then they'll reciprocate and invite me on theirs. Early in my YouTube channel, I actually started doing interviews, and I invited Chris Do from the future onto my channel for an interview. And we both really hit it off, and we had a great conversation. And right there in the interview, he invited me on to the Future's podcast, which was great for me because it gave me exposure to the Future's entire audience. It was mutually beneficial, and it was a great way to build my audience when I was very early on in developing content. That's why I encourage you to have a content platform, something like a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel, because then you have something of value to offer others. Yes, you're putting out content regularly, valuable content that's going to help you build your own audience, but you have a lure, you have an asset that you can offer other people to help them build their audiences. And when they reciprocate, you grow your audience faster by leveraging theirs. That's why you see people appearing on the same channels and the same shows all of the time. I like to call it kind of the digital Cosa Nostra. It is essentially the content mafia. But instead of extortion, we're giving value to each other. we're helping each other grow our audiences faster. So that's it. I hope you liked this video on becoming part of the Content Mafia. And if you did, please hit the subscribe button below so you can get notified when I have a new video out. And make sure to hit that notifications bell so you can get alerted when I go live. And if you need help building your brand strategy, your brand design, or your professional creative career, because I do professional creative coaching, go to philipvandusen.com and let's see what we can do to take you to the next level. And with that, thanks again for watching. Bye for now.